and hit the spot.
Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang without hair. He's Nate. Today we're doing iconic movie masks, a tier list, putting them in order because it's spooky season. Trick or treat. Smell my feet.
Nasty son of my bitch.
Categories are at the top. We have perfect. They could not be any better. Next we have pretty good.
You never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
Never mind that.
Which is, they're almost perfect, but they're not. Then we have good, mid, and trash. So how it works is we'll look at a mask and then we'll both say where we think it should go. And if we agree, then that's great. We can put it there and move on to the next one. If we disagree, we usually split the difference. But if we're only one off and there's no difference to split, then we just talk about it until one person caves. So,
basically.
Yeah.
We also left a majority, not every comic book movie mask off. Just the ones that are more unique, original to the film.
Right.
And no helmets.
Or
that's
like,
its own list.
Yeah. It'll make sense. The mask, lots of superheroes wear masks, but their masks don't do anything for them. They just pick that mask. So, anyways, first up, we have the masks from The Purge, the original Purge. Because
the mask themselves, every time a new movie comes out, kind of takes over.
Yeah.
The aisles, it pisses and annoys me so much because they're cheaply made.
Yeah.
They look good because of the lighting.
Yeah.
And like makeup effects.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones they sell in stores and I see everywhere, trash. And it's like, oh, let me wear this in a slutty outfit and Halloween. So
I don't think I've seen a slutty Purger, but
really,
yeah.
You want your wrong places. Strange Wang loves. Mid for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like, I think like there's nothing special about them. It's just like whether we like it or not has become iconic.
Yeah.
Right. So like you can't argue that it's made an impact on society. So it deserves at least a little bump for that. Next up we have the mask that the Joker's wearing during the bank robbery in the beginning of The Dark Knight.
I love that it's a reference to the 66 introduction to Batman's Joker.
Yeah. And
how they use it is logical. You rob a bank, you wear a mask. Most people do.
Right.
So I'm going to go good. Because of the time length it's in the film, I can't go any higher, I feel.
Yeah. I just want to know where a bunch of... I mean, obviously these are high-end bank thieves. A lot of planning went into this. But, like, still, where did you just buy a mask that looked that good? Because, you know, they didn't, like, go get custom masks made. But, yeah, I mean, it's like... If you've only seen the movie once, then, like, you might just assume that could be any of the people who are robbing the bank. But it still really stands out.
Yeah,
you know?
The first one. First watch.
Yeah. My eyes are not good enough to tell what this is.
Those are the dead presidents.
Oh!
Point
yeah,
Break.
Duh, okay. I'm so far away, it like looks like their actual faces. Yeah. So, I've never seen Point Break.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I love these masks because I love the movie so much, or if they're just in that iconic 90s nostalgia, 2000s era for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, we've seen the Nixon mask on that 70s show.
True.
And all that, you know, like, we've seen President's mask before.
It's true.
But how they use them for the bank robbery is a lot of aura. It has that comedic element to it, depending on the actor. So I love them for that. I just don't know if they're iconic because of the movie or pop culture in general.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've faded a lot in terms of pop culture. Like, you don't really see this pop up a lot. In fact, this is probably the only kind of list that you really would see this pop up on a lot. And who else is doing this list? You know?
It makes sense. Halloween time. You think more people.
I mean, I'm glad that they picked something original. They didn't just do, like, a ghost face mask or, you know, like something silly.
A shiesty.
So, man, did you make this?
I did.
I can think of two pretty good ones that you left off, but
Are they helmets or masks?
I don't know. Mid. What do you think?
I would go good.
Okay, I've never seen the movie, so.
What two masks are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I guess you didn't want to necessarily overload it on bank robberies, but as soon as I saw that, the first thing I thought of were the masks from The Town.
Never seen The Town, that's why it didn't connect.
And
the nun mask.
And then just because of how fucking funny it is, the Mike Myers mask from Baby Driver.
Didn't even think of They didn't even come to my mind.
Yeah, horror, I got no knowledge. Bank robbery movies, we can talk about masks.
I love bank robbery movies. You would think I would have at least seen The Town.
Are these all together?
No.
Okay, they look like they did because the background was the same.
Well, you can actually buy those, so they're easier to put in there.
Okay. Okay, so anyways, Leatherface.
I would go pretty good because it does its job as terrifying.
It's a people mask.
Yeah.
It's literally a people mask. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, it's tough because it's like, I mean, there are some people who are like really, really high on Texas Chainsaw Man. Like, that is their peak horror movie, right? And so...
The mask changed so much.
Right.
I can't put in perfect because it didn't stay.
That's fair. Okay, I dig it. I mean, my question was going to be, what stops it from being perfect to you?
He has different people.
But that, yeah.
Different people.
No, I dig it. Okay. Casey Jones's mask.
Hey.
You know how I know what that is?
Because you bought it for
Because
me.
I bought that exact mask for you.
I typed in NECA Casey Jones mask, yeah. To me, I want to go perfect just because, like, my childhood nostalgia is, like, it's such a cool mask, the indentions. It sets it apart from a regular hockey mask, like we'll see soon.
Sure.
But the iconicness is not there.
Yeah.
So, pretty good.
Yeah. And I feel like it loses, and obviously there are like animated Ninja Turtles movies that have Casey Jones in them. I feel like it loses some of its shine when it translates to live action, because you can draw it different ways, but it's still the same with animation. And like anytime you're drawing a mask on someone, it's always going to fit a little bit better because you're almost drawing it as like in a part of their face, right? So I feel like it falls off slightly when you bring it to live action, because then it does just sort of look a little on the plain side. But I agree with everything you said. The way the eyes are angled, like all that stuff is really good. So I agree. I think it should be over there too. A really, really old hockey mask worn by Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not a horror guy, man.
Yeah, but still.
Listen, I got it right, and I knew what it was. I just doubted myself. Because I get freaking Jason and
Michael Myers
mixed up a lot. Yeah.
I think that's the most iconic mask in movie history.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
So I would go perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it does change us slightly throughout the films.
Yeah, I agree with the perfectness. I don't know about necessarily being the most iconic. I think it depends on the circle you're in. If you're talking like to a bunch of film buffs, then like, yeah, that's probably going to be it. If you're talking to the rest of society, I think they would say another mask that we're going to get to in a second. But
I would, alright, maybe is top 2 or 3 most recognizable. For sure.
I would agree. Okay, next up we have the Dread Pirate Roberts mask.
Phenomenal. Pretty good. Near perfect movie, but that mask is trash.
Okay. Alright, I was about to say, so what are we literally just judging the mask? Because if we're literally just judging the mask, this is like the most basic.
Yeah.
Like Robin, like I'm pretty sure that Burt Ward wore this in 1960.
He probably did.
You know? So I mean, like, does it function?
It does what it's supposed to do. It stops people seeing his identity, but...
But does it?
No, not really.
That does about as much work as Superman's glasses.
And he has to wear a do-rag with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of masks, it's like,
Trash.
I don't want to say it's trash because I love this movie and I love that character. But if we're just talking about his mask, it is not a very good mask. Like, other than that, you can see out of it. But I mean, for people who don't know him, like, they probably saw that and they were like, oh my gosh, that matches the description of the Dread Pirate Roberts and all the stories that I heard, you know? But next up we have Ghostface. This is what I think what most people would say is the most iconic.
And it has versatility.
Yeah.
With the...
that's true. And it could be anyone behind the mask.
Yeah.
You know?
I would go perfect.
Yeah, I think you gotta. I think you gotta.
That's the grabber in Black Phone, Ethan Hawke.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I watched the trailer for that.
I think you would really like that movie. It feels like a
probably
Steven Spielberg.
That's the one where the kid talks to ghosts on the phone or some shit. Yeah.
So it breaks up into 3 parts, and he wears them different times. But when he's like about to go like kill mode, he wears them all 3 together. I like that. It's different. It's unique. But iconicness, it hasn't had that length in the film. It has purpose behind it, but you don't get that mask the entire time. So I would go good just because it doesn't necessarily check every box.
I dig it. All right, next up we have the baby face mask from Happy Death Day.
I want to go trash, but it works for the horror comedy element, so I think I have to go mid.
Yeah, I agree. It is a horrendous looking mask.
Oh, that's a goofy fuck.
Like, and out of all the, like, I understand that they're like, that movie's a dark comedy. Yeah. And so by throwing this weird ass looking thing in there, it definitely helps that aspect of the movie. But, like, really, out of everything you could have picked, why this? And I've watched videos of people, like, trying to, like, squeeze some sort of, like, meaning or, like, deeper thing. It's like, no. But, yeah, I agree. It is creepy. I mean, that's undeniable. It's a creepy mask. The dude from The Strangers.
It's a burlap sack. It looks cool.
Personally, I love this mask.
Yeah, it's menacing. It does what it needs to do.
Yeah, I think it's terrifying. He can breathe out of it. It's functional. He can see. Somehow he got a burlap sack to fit his face really, really well. Almost like a costume department, like, tailored it to the actor's face.
Yeah. Or he's just really good at sewing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think this is pretty good.
Pretty good it is.
Yeah. I really dig that mask. It's great. Michel Myers.
So,
what even is that mask? Is there an origin to this?
Yeah, it's a William Shatner mask. They spray paint it white.
Okay, but, like, is there, like, in-story lore as to why this is his mask?
Nah, he grabbed that shit off the shelf and that was...
Oh, okay.
It's kind of... So, my girlfriend and I, we were watching all of these. She's a horror person. I'm not. But I do a YouTube channel where I sometimes rank movies, franchises. So, I'm watching them all so I can rank them. So, the first one, the Rob Zombie one, and the 2018 one, it looks terrifying. It's very recognizable.
Is it pretty much the same in every movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
In those later years, 4, 5, 6, H2O, Resurrection, that mask is goofy as shit. It's so easy to make that mask look terrible on screen that I'm going to go good.
Okay. I'll default. I know the mask. I really like the 2018 Halloween. It was good.
It's good. The other two suck. I like the 2018 one more than the original, and I'm probably the only person who thinks that, but...
I don't know who that is.
Lon Chaney, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, okay. Man, my eyes...
You need glasses, contacts.
I really might. I don't know. I mean, like, the first time you see it.
Yeah.
You know?
It also has that little veil thing, too, which is unique.
Yeah.
It covers his face, which that's what he wants.
Yeah, because he's ugly.
It's unique with the veil and everything.
Because he's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should buy you one.
Because he's ugly.
I'll go good.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
I mean, yeah.
Not trash.
I feel like the Phantom of the Opera is one of those things where it's like, I either hear people talk about, like, the actual Broadway play, or I hear people talk about the Gerard Butler one. And so I feel like the original's kind of been lost to time a little bit because it just doesn't, like, A, it's a musical, B, it's like a very macabre musical, and that, like, there's just a very, like, you're really narrowing down your target audience with that. Like, back in the day, not so much, because they were just like, a motion picture, we gotta go see it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that fits. It's from one of the Mad Max movies, man.
Lord Humongous.
Okay, see, I was gonna say that, but I didn't know, and I didn't want to be wrong.
It's a rip-off of
Thunderdome?
No, that's the,
Damn. Somebody wears a mask in that movie.
Fuck. You got me fucked up now. It's, the second one. Road Warrior. It's a hockey mask. Done less well as
But
a
it's
more
like
famous
steel.
hockey mask.
It's a steel hockey mask.
It honestly might have came before.
I'm
the
guessing
other
it
hockey
might be
mask.
aluminum.
I'm gonna go mid.
Could be anything. I like the neck part. It's pretty
Neck
intimidating.
brace, yeah.
Yeah. Good?
Yeah.
I'll go,
You wanna go good?
Yeah, I go good with it.
It's different. It has more holes than Jason's, so
That's
it is
true.
somewhat
More
different.
breathable.
It is also different
To
than
make-
Casey Jones.
Yeah, to make up for how much more it weighs. I mean, and technically this is a post-apocalyptic world, so these people know what hockey is.
Yeah.
And he chose that.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe it is mid. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just leave it. The Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta.
Is it iconic because of the movie and the character? Or is it iconic because white trash people put quotes that he didn't say on his pictures on Facebook?
Well, and then there's also like an anonymous group of hackers that use his mask as their logo. So, I think it's iconic because of the movie and what the movie stands for. People have found really roundabout ways to try to apply that to their life because they want it to, even though it doesn't at all. You know? So it's like, just about anyone who is anti-government feels like they have a claim to this mask now. But it's like, no, dude, you just run a meth lab, and so you don't like the cops because you're doing some really fucked up shit. Like, you're not standing against, like, an oppressive power.
I feel like
just
we've
cooking
all
meth
done
in
that.
your trailer.
Not cook meth in a trailer, but took a movie and like stretched it where it's like, oh, I'm relate to this.
Yeah, I mean, like, finding truth in your own life in media that extends beyond what your actual situation is a real thing. But, like, this is such a very specific and, like, radical ideal that you are, like, you are taking something that's this big and then shrinking it down to, like, a pea, which, like, detracts from the actual meaning. Yeah. So, and I also just really like this movie, and also just really, really like and believe in the ultimate message of this movie, even though I will never personally do anything to act on it. And I work for the government. So, am I a hypocrite? I don't know, man. I like my job. But anyways, it's a great mask. It's super iconic. And, like, unlike any other mask on the list, not in a bad way, it's just the nature of it. It's a mask that actually, like, stands for something itself, right? Because he gives them out to everybody. You know, it's like, you can kill the person, you can't kill the idea. So,
and I don't think the mask would be as big as it is if it wasn't for the movie.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, the movie's bigger than the comic book.
Yeah, no, that's
absolutely
true. Yeah.
So, pretty good.
Oh, you know me, man. I was
Perfect.
Perfect. But,
Throw it in perfect, man.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
fuck John Roca, put that shit in pretty good.
I think him and Ghostface look pretty good next to each other. This is like Ghostface mask before he died and like his eyes decayed and everything. Okay, Hannibal's prisoner mask from Don't Tell Me.
That's not the name of the movie.
The Silence of the Lambs.
That is correct.
It's been a minute since I've done this.
So, it's creepy on him.
Yeah.
It's iconic as hell. Barely in the fucking movie.
Right. You just see that thumbnail a lot, and you see some of the scenes on Watch Mojo videos a lot.
So does it go pretty good or good?
Yeah, well, it's tough because, like...
Because a lot of people, when they think of Hannibal Lecter, they think of that mask.
Yeah, but so here's my thing. Okay, so, like, this is just a hockey mask. This is just a hockey mask. This is basically just a hockey mask. This is just a Halloween store mask. This is just a clown mask. This is also just a Halloween, you know. We put that in trash, so I don't know if it really helps my argument or not. But, like, those are all worn by things other than what the mask is intentionally used for. This is a prisoner mask being worn by a prisoner. So, does it look really, really scary and elevate, like, how we're supposed to feel about his character? Yes. There's also 100 other dudes in the same prison as him wearing this mask. So, I feel like personally that detracts from him a little bit. But I definitely... What did you say? Did you say what you thought?
I see pretty good or just good.
I was going to go good.
Okay, good it is.
Next we have The Mask from The Mask, which is like Loki's mask.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the only mask on here that does something.
Yeah, that is true. And out of all these masks, other than the Casey Jones mask, and maybe the Grabber, I love Black Phone, it would probably be the only mask I would buy. You know, that would look nice on the shelf collecting dust.
Yeah, I can dig that.
So I grew up with the mask, love it. To me, it's very iconic because it was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Well, and you're really kind of getting two masks in one.
Yeah.
Because you get the, like, ancient artifact, like, wooden, just kind of creepy looking, no eyes or mouth mask. But then you get the green. You get a green face.
Yes.
So.
But it doesn't have the iconicness, and the screen time isn't really there because it turns into something else.
Yeah.
So I'll go pretty good because it actually doing something elevates it so much.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
And it looks cool as hell.
Yeah. And then finally, we have Zorro's mask, which is literally Wesley's mask, but he has a tiny sombrero instead of a do-rag.
Yeah.
So,
it's way more iconic, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But that shit's still trash.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It can't be any different. Yeah.
It's not, like, at least Wesley also looks leather. That thing looks like cloth.
Like a dollar store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Homie bought some black socks and, like, cut some holes in it. Yeah.
But this is our ranking tier list of mask in cinema. Again, we locked off most superhero masks for a reason. Helmets, that could be a whole nother tier list. But let us know in the comment section what we missed. You agree with him? I agree with him. I should have put those on there. I'm an idiot for not thinking of that. And scroll back up to the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.